Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side for now. And one of those daytime TV shows that we're doing is The Bold and the Beautiful. Before we get into The Bold and Beautiful, though, I have to kind of share something with you all. First of all, I am in Rohnert Park, California. It's beautiful. I've been here this week. That's why you haven't seen that many updates from me, but that's where I am right now. And also, I can't take 100% credit for this idea because I've got to actually give some shout outs to my friend Ron Davis, who actually came up with this idea, and it was kind of genius, and I'm thinking that it's not that bad of an idea. So way back when I had my blog, for those of you that have followed my career for a long time, you might have known that I had a little blog I called The Boy with the Golden Hair. You can still find it at angelbenton.com. And that's a whole story in itself for another day. But, you know that I was considering doing a podcast back then, way back then, right? When it was a lot harder to do a podcast. Now anyone can do a podcast, right? So I kind of had noticed that anyone can do a podcast after I had started this vlog. So I didn't feel like I could do a podcast any better than I could do this particular vlog, right? So I feel like if I was going to do a podcast, it would have to be about something different. So, and I want your comments on this. I want you to tell me if you think I should do this or not. So I'm thinking about doing a podcast. I'm considering a podcast and not having it be about soaps, actually, even though, this vlog will always be about soaps. I'm all about the soaps. But instead, it's going to be about both Dancing with the Stars and Strictly Come Dancing, which is the UK version of Dancing with the Stars. And the reason why I'm watching Strictly Come Dancing is because one of the people on Strictly Come Dancing this year is Faye Tozer-Smith, who is from the band Steps. You know I fucking love me some Steps. I mean, I went to England to see them in concert. They were so incredible. So and let me tell you something about Miss Faye. She has legs for days. Gorgeous, long, beautiful legs. And whoever did the costuming for their little summer tour, they showed those legs off. I mean, so I'm hoping that they have her in nothing but fringe and the short skirts and high heels, and then we can see, like those legs. She's got to showcase those legs. They are awesome. I mean, she's very talented. She's a great singer, dancer. I mean, I haven't seen her act. I'm sure she's a good actress, but but her legs are I'm telling you, in that show especially, you've got to really focus on what will set you apart. And I'm telling you, fringe and legs. So what I was thinking of doing is, because this show has kind of morphed into really just being about daytime TV plus Below Deck. I still do Below Deck as that. When I say the reality shows for now, it's just Below Deck. And maybe it might be Vanderpump Rules, and that might be it. Just the one, because then the other two are web series, So I'm not even doing Dancing for Relevancy. And in case you didn't notice, I didn't do last season of Dancing for Relevancy, the athlete season. I watched it, don't get me wrong, and I was so proud when Adam Rippon won. I was just bawling. I was like, yes, you go, bitch. So on Wednesdays, if I do this, I will not only recap Monday and Tuesdays Dancing with the Stars, but I'll also recap Saturdays, the Saturday before's Strictly Come Dancing. Because in the United Kingdom, Strictly Come Dancing airs on Saturday nights, and in America, it airs on Mondays and Tuesdays. Actually, it only airs on Mondays. I forgot about that. They canceled that Tuesday night show. But I still do it on Wednesdays anyways, just in case. Because every now and then they do have a special 2-episode thing going on. So I would spend half of my show talking about Dancing with the Stars, the other half talking about Strictly Come Dancing. And then I would actually have a wider audience because friends on both sides of the pond, because you've got America and Canada that watch Dancing with the Stars. You've got my friends in England that watch Strictly Come Dancing. So, you know, I'm considering calling it Dancing for Relevancy. Right? So, and what brought this on is that one of Ron's friends was talking about how he was watching the current lineup of Dancing with the Stars, and he felt like he was at an owl convention because he was just like, who? And Strictly Come Dancing, this year they have a YouTuber, and everyone was kind of a little bit up in arms about this YouTuber. But the reality is here in America, we started scraping the bottom of that barrel a long time ago when we had Bethany Moda and what's his name? Hayes Greer. When we had both of them on. Hayes is a Vine superstar. Vine doesn't even exist anymore. So, I mean, that is really Dancing for Relevancy. So, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what you think. What do you think? I kind of want to do it. And I would also have guests on that show, and they could be guests. I definitely want some sort of guest with at least some sort of either performing or dance background, so that they can help me to, you know, judge on the theatricality of the episode, of the performances, or the actual technique of the dancers, or, you know what I mean? I think that would be, you know, I think that would be useful. And there'll probably be a lot of people from pole dancing, the pole community, which, you know, I love that, and I'd be able to work that in as well. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about this idea. I think it's a great idea, but if y'all hate it, then I don't know. If I don't have any audience, then what would be the point, right? Okay. Although, you know me, I could just sit and talk to myself for hours and hours and hours. You like how I have traveled, and I actually brought my tripod with me. And so, So, you don't have to worry about my shaking ass hands. And that's another benefit of the podcast, is that, you know, because it's a podcast, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. As long as your microphone is working and you can hear, you're good. You're golden. So, I don't know. And it would only be a once a week thing. So, I don't know. I think... And it would also only be when those shows are on. Now, in the United Kingdom, Strictly Come Dancing only comes on once a year, whereas Dancing with the Stars does two seasons a year. So they're only on season 15 of Strictly Come Dancing, which that show's actually been around the longest. But Dancing with the Stars is on season 28, I think. So, you know, but it's only been around for 14 years as opposed to the 15 that Strictly Come Dancing's been on. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but okay. All right. So, anyways, let's talk at least a little bit, about The Bold and the Beautiful. So, you know, with both Young and the Restless and General Hospital, I sort of had to skip 2 weeks and then jumped ahead a couple weeks, because that was the earliest episode that I could find available to watch. Which, FYI, thanks to TiVo, now I'm good there. So, but with Bold and Beautiful, I was actually able to watch every single episode up to the same point. So I'm at the exact same point that I would be at with the other shows, but I have seen every episode that has aired. So let me catch you all up on all of those episodes, you know. So we met Zoe a while ago, right? And she was Xander's ex-girlfriend from London. And we knew she was a little bit nutty. Well, first of all, because she had a cat that she talked to. And let's be real. If you've got a cat on soaps, you're a little crazy. I mean, Pam doesn't have a cat, I think. I think she's got a dog. Does she have a dog or a cat? She's got some sort of animal. Pam, and you know she's Looney Tunes. And then we also have, on Young and the Restless, Crazy Patty, who, FYI, is killing the game as Susan and Kristen on Days of Our Lives, but we'll get to that later. So if you got a cat already, the writing's on the wall, you're going to be crazy. So we found out that she was the one who had left those hateful messages on the Hope for the Future website, but they actually weren't intended for Hope. They were intended for Emma. And what's been interesting about this story, well, first of all, it does require a lot of the audience going, okay, just whatever. Okay, just go with it. Just go with it for the story's sake. You know what I mean? And one of them is Zoe ends up at the Forrester fashion show, the Hope for the Future fashion show, and then walks the runway in the showstopper. And because of that, she does such a good job. And I've got to give the bitch credit because she knew how to answer those questions from the press. And Hope and Thorne ended up giving her a full-time job. And Emma was pissed. I mean, but see, here's the thing about that. That whole played out, like, I mean, I get that Emma's a dancer. I mean, because Nia is a dancer, and you know I love me some Miss Nia. I'm still waiting for her to do a death drop on the show. I'm just saying. You know, they had them just dancing around in the one outfit with the jeans and the fringe and it wasn't even good fringe. It was like, you know, it was really kind of weird. Kind of, if you saw that for a fashion show, you'd be like, what is the artistic statement that they're trying to make with this? Well, I'll talk about that later. So she's pissed off because I guess she thought she was going to be the toast of the town with this choreography, and it ended up being Zoe, and she's pissed off at Zoe, and she tried to get people to fire Zoe, and, you know, whatever. They didn't work. And we're sort of starting to see a little bit more devious side of Emma. And I'm starting to see a little bit more of the family resemblance to Justin, which is a good thing. I mean, all characters are shades of gray. Not just black, not just white. There's always a shade of gray. And that's why, like, when you come on and you're like a mustache twirling villain and, like, there's no redeeming qualities, no, General Hospital. You know what I mean? Like, then you don't have any rooting power. But, like, it's those good, bad people that you root for. So am I rooting for Zoe or am I rooting for Emma? Or, personally, am I rooting for neither of them? I'm just saying. I don't know enough about either one of them to give a shit about either one of them. And you know what? I've got to correct myself because the last episode about Bold and Beautiful, I talked about how last year's intern story featured Nicole and Xander. That was 2 years ago. Last year's intern story was about RJ and Coco. And RJ wasn't even an intern, but Coco was. And then the year before was Nicole and Xander. Not Xander. Zende. Zende, Xander, whatever. And they're all gone. So, again, why should we care at all about all of those people? RJ, Coco, Nicole, Xander. They are all gone. So why should we give a shit about the interns at all? Charlotte, remember Charlotte that slept with Thomas? She's gone too. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. So I really don't care either way. But at least they are showing some good parts of Zoe and some maybe not so nice parts of Emma. And that's good. That's good for, at least for their personal character development. And then the other thing that happened was, I mean, towards the end, they started talking about Bill and how Bill hasn't been there for Will. Now, it seems like it's a little bit of a stretch. And it's been brought up online that if Thorne were to feel like he has to be a father figure to anyone on the show, that it would be Sally Spectra and not Will. I mean, I know he's currently squanking Will's mom, but Sally resembles more Allie, his daughter. Their names are similar, Sally, Allie. And also, Sally is, well, no, she's not related because Darla technically wasn't a Spectra. She was like the Darlita of, I mean, and that whole thing, oh, don't get me started on that. I feel like a Molly Shannon's character on Saturday Night Live. Don't even get me started on that. Okay, anyways. So the other thing that happened was that Steffi basically said, I am over, because she walked in on Hope and Liam about to do it again in the backstage at Hope to the Future at the fashion show. She was furious at him. And she dumped him, and she said, I'm done here. She put her ring on Hope's finger and says, you take him, you have him, have a great life, whatever. And as much as I can't stand Steffi, I kind of love her secretly for doing that, because thank God. I mean, if Liam is going to be Mr. Waffle House and constantly going between the two characters, I'm glad one of them said, fuck this. I deserve a man that wants me. You know what I mean? Now, she could have had that in Wyatt, but she chose not to, so there goes that one. I mean, as incestuous as this sounds, she could have had that with Rick as well, but because they have flirted with that idea many times in the past. But Rick is now married to Maya, even though Rick is off screen. FYI, I cannot wait for Jacob Young's new YouTube show. I'm really excited about that. I would love to have Jacob Young on to talk about Dancing with the Stars, but I don't know if he even watches that show. I don't know. But he's a performer. Like, he's done Broadway. He was Lumiere in Beauty and the Beast. So he could easily, and he's got albums out and stuff. So it's not like, he made music videos. I mean, it's not like, it would be a foreign concept. So that would be a great idea. Okay, anyways. Thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk the bold and the beautiful, or you can also hashtag Below Deck Med to talk Below Deck Med. I'm doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And I want you all to have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this, okay? Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.